That's just gonna have to do for now, I guess. So. All right, let's do this.
Jadi, il avait un grand pays.
Okay, so now that we're all done with the technical stuff, let's actually start playing. That was more technical issues than I wanted, but at least it's done now. Okay, it's going to take a bit to get to the first fight here. Um, I haven't really changed anything as far as like how I'm going to run it. I'm just going to just keep track of where I am as far as like where my level is, and try to actually keep a better track of my boss splits too because I kept forgetting them last time. So. All right. I really need to get a capture card for the Switch so I can get through this intro faster. It's probably the only reason why I'd ever mainly do the Switch one, but I'm just doing this because it's easier. Okay. So. Okay. Yeah, we're already like 2 minutes into this and I'm still just here holding two buttons. Thank you, Whimzine. Or Whimzine, however. I never knew how to pronounce your name. I think Lista knows. I just wish I could be able to play this full screen because it's gonna suck doing this in windowed mode, at least on some later bosses. Because that was the reason why I struggled with that Zava fight last run, and sometimes even just parts of the tower. So what I'm thinking of doing is, now I'm doing a speed run tonight just because. Um, hey, thanks for the good luck, Wolf. Thank you for helping with the stream issues. Whimsy, okay, okay. You'd think after knowing you for like several months, I would figure it out, but my dumbass doesn't know how to speak English, I guess. Alright, so after 3.5 minutes of holding a button, I actually get to fight stuff. One thing I do definitely like about the story is I'm not too big on the Easor, but the story between Epona and Hugo, where it's basically just like, oh, I'm just helping you because I want to, even though she gets punished for it later. Alright, so I gotta. Honestly, I should just take the damage and just stack them there, but that's okay. So using boost mode lets me use shoot five eyes effect instead of three. It just gives me a wider range to hit stuff. Uh, Later on, when I didn't really get to explain too much last run, so I'll try to do my best to do it this run. So the boost mode actually helps you use less magic when you're using skills, and they also power up your skills as you're in them. And then there is something at the end which I don't think I'm going to get this time, just because I didn't get it last time, where you can use I call it the EX burst. I keep forgetting what the actual name is. but it essentially gives you a bunch of invincibility. Hugo gets a very big shield, um, and yeah, he's basically invincible for a bit. But on very easy, if I'm paying attention enough, that won't really matter with the final boss because I'll know how to kind of avoid its attacks, and he doesn't hit hard enough for me to actually consider that anyways. And the only reason we found that out is because we made a vote to see if I was supposed to take it or not. So we just decided against it just to, I guess, put some spin on the ball. So here we get the Lila Shell. We're not going to use that. That's to help casual players or first-time players who need to figure out their way out around the tower. So it's just a story item that we need. The first actual item here we're going to pick up is the Cerulean Flabellum, which is in the next room here. Because that gives us our first skill, which gives Hugo his Force Shield. His Force Shield allows him to hover and stay in the air for a little while longer. Generally what you want to do for these guys is you want to actually stack them up, but I'm getting very bad RNG on it right now, so... Okay, so that was okay. I probably could have... They could have been in a better position, but there's not much I can do about that. Like, just me trying to get in the middle and get them all to close in on me. Yeah, so here's his Force Shield. I like that it only shows the keyboard ones, not the... Like the keyboard inputs, not the actual controller inputs. I don't believe I can make it over there from here. Keep reloading the stream. Did you try... I love how earlier you were like, hey, did you turn it on and off again? I want to be that guy and ask you the same, but I feel like that's... I feel like that's kind of rubbing it in a little. Okay. So here we're going to be kind of forced into this. This is just part of the story to introduce you to more mechanics. I'm actually going to take my first save here and activate this. The crystal that we got at the beginning not only helps us purify the statues to help us save there and restore our health, but it also lets us teleport in the tower wherever we unlock them. So I'm going to pick those up as much as possible, but I'm not gonna be like saving like crazy as I was last time. I was kind of doing that just because we're doing whatever. But now we're doing the real thing, so I'm trying to just save time wherever I can. Just because it's not going to be as fast as like some of the higher tier runs. One thing I do like about this game though is that it forces you to use the skills you learn as part of like the actual it's like you have to use it to get through the tower. Stream's looking good? Awesome, Wolf. Thank you for confirming that for me. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, just you have to use the skills even all the way up to like the final boss. So it just utilizes everything that is combat mechanics are built around. Just very it's something that someone like me actually needs. Use everything, not just spam your way through everything and just cheese it. So we just picked up a Rotafruit. Those are very helpful items, at least casual players, they'll be able to get equipment, like armor, so that way they can increase their defenses. I am letting this guy just thrash me. Stop it. There we go. They're used to get better pieces of armor and basically better gear. But it also does help in a couple other places, like in the flooded prison. You get... oh yeah, you also get these too, gems to power up your skills. And we're going to take one in the Flooded Prison just to power up uh, the Legend Strike Warhammer. Oh, I forgot you can't go that way. So I don't know what the splits are going to be like up until we get up to Galaldi, but once we pass the final boss of the Flooded Prison, um, we'll definitely see. We will have a gold split guaranteed because of how long that whole ordeal took last time. So here we actually get the first piece to the Wailing Blue, which is that place we drop down in. That opens up basically just the key to open up the area to the next boss. And I'm actually going to take a level up first. I've been kind of just going through it. And I think I need to be at least level 4. The Rhoda is going to actually give me something very important called the Claria Aura. Claria Aura is the reason why I was not able to defeat certain bosses. Okay, so this is the first part. So that, for some reason, that didn't click the last time I did this. But the Claria Aura and your level is the key difference between a fight taking like 10 minutes and a fight taking like 2 minutes. So that's a pretty big deal. For some reason, people don't want it. I'm just going to take an extra level up here before I go down there. I was going to teleport back. My timer needs to be stretched down? Okay. Oh, why? That looks weird. It looks like the timer's cut off. And my right D-pad button. This stream is going great. Alright, hold up. I'll take the time loss. Why is that doing that? Okay, you know what? Oh, don't overwrite that, please. Okay, I'll have to fix it later. I just wish the game would still stay active even when I'm not focused on it. That's why there's these pauses happening. So, but yeah, I'm seeing part of that. I didn't do the level up, did I? Alright, whatever, we'll deal with it. That's the other thing I hope that doesn't happen too, is my game crashed in the middle of the run last time too. I had to fight Kisrael again. Yeah, thanks for letting me know that. I'm seeing that now. I'm not sure why that's getting blocked. I'll fix everything next stream for sure. I just want to get a time on the board. So here's Epona. She's using her lance to hit me with projectiles and also in close range. I get to level 4 because if I had been level 3 at this point, I'd basically be dealing chip damage to her, which I don't want. So I'm just going to YOLO it because she's almost there. And she's down. Hey, there we go. First gold split. So see, we're already having a better run. I just have it in window mode, Wolf. It's just if I go full screen, I can't see the rest of like my stream and the timer because I'm only down to one monitor now. So, all right, man. Well, enjoy your dinner. Thanks again for the help, and yeah, we're gonna keep going with this here. So, anyways, yeah, she's pretty easy once you hit level 4. So. All right. Okay. So we just got the item called the Mask of Eyes. It's something that's pretty common, at least to the earlier Ys games, chronologically speaking. Um, Basically, what it does is it allows you to find hidden platforms, but it hides any enemies that are around you. I'm not going to open it until I get to the next door, just because I don't need it. I technically could do it now, because if I get hit by anything here, it doesn't really matter. But we need this to progress the story because we get access to a character whose name I'm already forgetting because I'm terrible at remembering stuff. Rico, I think. There we go. Oh, you know what it was? It was behind my taskbar. That's why. For some reason, it was behind my taskbar, so when I moved it up, it must have fixed itself on stream. That's a very weird overlay glitch. Oh yeah, I should probably get a. I should probably get a bot in here or something up. Oops. Can I take an extra load? Yeah, I can do it. Okay. So we're equipping the blue necklace here because that's how we avoid ourselves from falling down to Wailing Blue again. If we don't equip that, we will end up getting taken back inside there, so we have to do that to get through this part. That was the whole reason for going down there in the first place. So I think I want to be level 8 for Velagunder. He's a pretty easy boss in comparison, especially with Hugo, because Hugo can fly over his poison bubbles. Just the only issue is the bugs that he puts around on the ground, because when you're dealing with like ice physics, this game is actually pretty bad for it. And I can explain kind of why later. You might even see it once I get to kind of the last parts of the tower. But basically, I'm just going to try to get the quick kill on him from a strat that I kind of made up for myself. I think the same strat I also do in like the time attack mode where you can do a boss rush, because I was able to beat him on the nightmare difficulty. So, also sorry if I missed any messages. I know I'm just kind of talking a lot. Okay, I don't need to go down there for anything. Let's take some experience here. I'm not getting that chest that's over on the right because that's just an armor piece, and I'm not going to need that at least for a little while. So we're going over here because got to open a door, but there's still one place that I have to go to actually get to the boss area. That is a lot of bats. Let's take care of those. I think the knights probably don't give a whole lot of experience for how long they take to actually kill. Oops. Well, if you ever get a chance to, if you can pick up this game, I think you'd like it. This is probably one of my favorite games in recent times. I kind of burned myself out when I was speedrunning Final Fantasy VI because those runs are very long, and I still like that game is still near and dear to my heart, but not enough to want to speedrun it to an insane extent. Because I saw what it took to actually get the world record for that game, and it's just not only is a lot of time and practice just to get runs going, um, but to have everything go your way is just that takes a long time. So we're level 7. One thing I should get used to is seeing what my level is based on my health. There is an item in here that's spread all along the tower that lets you increase your health. The reason I don't pick it up is because, especially once I get used to the higher difficulties later on, those items are not going to matter. Because I think on Nightmare, if you use them, you actually only get 1 health increase every time you use it. I'm going to reload the room here. Okay. So the next boss is the Beast Chamber Velgunder. Yeah, as I said, he's pretty easy. You have to hit his the lower part of his body to make his top part become vulnerable. But yeah, there's just a few things I have to take care of: the poison bubbles, the bugs that are on the ground, and making sure that he doesn't actually basically eat them. Because that will regenerate his health, which is a time loss. Well, I'm hoping you're at least enjoying the stream. I don't know if anyone else in our guild had seen it, saw it. I guess maybe I can skip that. Okay, so I can actually skip getting that statue next time I run this. Okay. Oh man. So there's a couple bosses I have to make sure I take care of properly. Um, Conscard I definitely have to pay attention to because he is, without a doubt, what I consider the hardest boss of this run, even though he's only middle way through the game. So. Yeah. There's also a couple other attacks I didn't mention. He can move to the right and left here, just to kind of throw you out of position. But yeah, my strat is just to... I can't get on him. Yeah, my strat is just to keep getting on him, make sure he can't heal. Get him stunned as soon as I can. Because even when he tries to swallow me in, I'm gonna keep doing damage so I can do something like that. Lista has actually joined and watched it before. He was watching my last stream. Wow, this is a really quick kill. Oh my god. And I think I'm supposed to split when everything actually dissipates. That's what the official run does, but it doesn't really matter for this. Yeah, right around there. I just do it the second I know I got the boss kill, just to see when it's done. So we're already sub 30 going to the next boss. That's actually pretty good. Um, I'm debating if I want to actually, I'm going to take this because we actually need to come back here. I'm debating if I want to actually go get the Rotafruit and power up my Thunder skill. Just because I think it might make Feraldi or make Torgrid to be at least a bit easier. Hey. So we're going to pick up our next item, which I believe is the silver bracelet. That allows us to actually... Ow, get out of here. That actually allows us to move faster. Or at least gives us the ability to dash, so... This is going to be our next, like, quick teleport. I forgot how to menu. Yeah. That switch is just to get you back out of the room to raise that platform that was lower that we passed by. These guys suck, these things that are coming out of the ground, because they just create a lot of issues when you're trying to fight. So I'm trying to just optimize my kills as I go through it, just to gain as much experience as efficiently can. But sometimes if they block me like that, that can screw me up, but I was able to get it. These guys, I need to try to avoid as much as I can, because they basically leave a toxic gas spread around everywhere, and they hurt a lot, even on this difficulty. So I think we're at level 10, level 11 now? Level 11 now. I don't remember what the average level I usually have for this next boss, but let's see. I'm just going to use my boost mode here just because every time you do get to a boss, your boost actually resets. It's just their way of making sure you don't cheese the fight and skip past like mechanics. So we'll grab that, and I think I'm going to grab an extra level just to be sure. Let's do... Those guys are not actually worth fighting. The only reason I did it for that elite version of this enemy was because you cannot open that area until that enemy goes down. I am not getting a whole lot of experience, am I? I am, maybe I am. There we go. I like how it's just like, oh, I'm gonna summon this, but then later it's like, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna help him. Like, what sense does that make? Or no, I think they just come here and she gets attacked by it, and we do the other one. But I don't know. It's just been forever since I fully went through this. I don't like the nightmare strats that I have to do up against this boss, not because they're hard to do, but because of what you have to do. So like here, I'm just gonna kind of level it, but on Nightmare, I had to come up with a strat where he has a flame attack that spreads across the field, and the range on it is higher depending on what difficulty you're at. And on Nightmare, it basically covers the whole field, but my strat is to get up close to him, be hitting him, but then aim him towards the outer water area so that all the hitboxes go out there instead of on me when I'm trying to get damage on him. This boss is annoying though because he does this. He stays in his bat form. Generally what I like to do is I try to make it look like I'm running away from him. I'm just going to take the hit there, screw it. But if you keep trying to like charge at him, he'll keep trying to get you in his bat cluster form. So this... Oh, he didn't do anything. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, the extra level's making a difference. Yeah, normally I would not YOLO it like that, but, you know, like I said, we're just going through it. And that's a boss. Wow, sub 30. Jesus, we're going through this like crazy. So there's going to be a bit of lore stuff here. Okay, so far the bosses have me going at least in intervals of 4 for my level. So we're level 4 for Epona, 8 for Valgundra, now 12 for the Bat Boss. I'm debating if I want to do Noctillery level 15 just to save time, but I think I don't want to do that just yet. At least you can skip dialogue. Well, that's why I like the Switch version, because you can actually skip dialogue faster, because it like it auto scrolls the text, but it does it so fast. It's like it does like a 60 frame per second kind of speed. But for this, it's like you have to just hold the button and let it go through. That's why I want to do the Switch version, because you at least get runs going and keep it going as quick as possible. So. I kind of wish there was something they did as, as like an extra unlockable option for beating the game with them. As being like, oh, you already went through it? Here, let's just skip through it. But for some reason, they didn't do that on this version. At least let you auto skip all the text. So we just picked up the water dragon scales. Basically, that lets us breathe underwater for a lot longer. Without them, you basically you will drown very quickly. So you use those to get through the big underground water areas, which is where we're about to go next. I keep getting messaged. Yeah, other than Consclard, it's really just the last 3 bosses that I have to worry about, or at least just pay attention to. Okay. One thing you have to at least keep in mind, at least when you're speedrunning this, is that every time you equip something, you only have like 1 slot to like be able to equip stuff on. As far as like you actually selecting the item, so like when I teleport, I have to go back to doing the dragon scales, otherwise they just work. They won't work because they're not like a passive item. You have to actually be using them actively. I can't jump for some reason. Might have also noticed there was a thing at the beginning that I was talking about SP acquisition. I don't know if it's. I think the official rules for the run state that you can't actually use that. I'm not sure if there's runs that actually do. If I were to use it, it would just be to reduce my mana to make sure that that I at least can use the skills as often as I need to. Okay, so we gotta grab this statue because after I get through and grab the next item that we need, which is the Weapon Strike Hammer, teleporting back here is gonna. Yeah, it's just a quicker way of getting back to the main area. It's one thing I have to remember to pick up before I leave to get to the next boss area, which I seem to have forgotten about the last time I played through this casually. Oh, come on. Here we go. Funny part about those spikes that we just literally passed the second we entered this area. Um, that's one of the things I really like about this game and how they design the towers for each character is that, like, you really have to know everything as much as you possibly can. Okay, what? To make sure that you're taking as minimal damage as possible. Oh, please don't shot me. Because yeah, it's literally a beginner's trap where you just like, people expect to walk forward and it's just like, wait, I just got hit by the spikes. And yeah, that does a lot of damage on the higher difficulties. I think going through this area, honestly, I'm not supposed to go this way. Okay. This is kind of one of the reasons why I don't. Okay, I did not need to come over here. Thanks, game. Oh, I should get some oxygen. There we go. Okay, so if I ever make notes, I just gotta make a quick little guide to deal with this place. Yeah, this is honestly, if the Silent Sands didn't exist in this game, this would be my favorite part of the game for sure. Like this game's got very good music, map design. It's a vibe to go through. Honestly, it just sucks when everything like gets difficult, and we'll just keep it at that and just say make sure I don't forget that. I remembered this time. The blood skull is crazy accurate. Yeah. Like, I can't remember when this game was originally released. Come on. I didn't hit the enemy. Yeah, I think this is actually from late 2000s, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. So this is the thing I had to remember, is getting the medallion from the next boss, because I forgot that last time. So this is why we need the 11 strike warhammers to defeat these, well, shock turtle things, whatever you want to call them. Just because they do not get damaged by anything else. You literally will do 0 no matter what level you are, no matter what skill you use, attack you use. That's not this skill. So there is a chest up on the right in this next area, which I'm not going to take. I'm actually just trying to rush to get out of the water because I'm almost out of oxygen, but also because it's just the Calcedon Panacea, which is the health booster item that I was mentioning earlier. Alright, we'll go with it. I'm gonna have to take the level up here unless, there we go. We're at level 14. You know what, let's take the next room to level 2. There we go. You know what, let's go to level 16 just in case. It's actually not going to take that long. I just if that's the big time save is just to get up to level 16 and not have to keep going back to it. How much experience? Is this going to take extra time? Yeah, well, okay. So I think level 16 is good. Another game. Oh my goodness. Another game that I'm going to try to do once I actually beat it is Ease 8, actually. Because the combat and everything in that game is just... It's so good. Do I have the player or no? Okay. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, I'm not crazy. I can beat this boss now. Okay, so the first one is from the Rhoda, the second one is from... Oh no, I guess the second one is in Not Guilty Fire. See, I'm already forgetting now. That's the part I'm worried about. Okay, we'll deal with it after. I just realized I didn't get the rotor fruit. Okay, we're gonna have to do this old-fashioned way. One thing I have to be careful about is that laser, because that will do a lot of damage even on this difficulty. I just have to watch everything that I'm doing, because you can die very quickly to this boss, and I'm already getting stuck in a bad position. Stop doing this. Come on. I also got to watch out for these things here, because they will release a sphere of poison, and I don't want that. Because not only does that limit my options to move, but also it can hurt if you're in them too long. And it can hurt a lot. I'm trying to deal as much damage as I can before he does his wheel attack. Oh, that's not good. Ugh. So it's definitely a good thing. Oh my god. That's not good. I have to be careful. Don't do it. Don't do it. He's gonna spin around again here. Yeah, that's not good. Don't do it! He's gonna do it one more time, it looks like. I have to watch which way he's coming from. Alright, this should be the last one, so I can start dealing damage on him now. And come on. Okay, I can't rush this. Do not rush it. This is awkward. No, come on. Okay, I definitely have the damage for this. I just gotta watch what I'm doing. I can still save time, but I have to actually be able to beat this. I was that close too, so... Yeah, I'm trying to use my trip mines for that, just because I want to get as much range on this as possible. I should have actually been using my boost on that, but I didn't for some stupid reason. If I was one level higher, I could definitely be killing this a lot quicker. But see, I already did all that much damage just in one round, so... Now, I think this is actually an HP threshold, so I'm going to have to wait for him to do his full wheel attack anyways. Come on. Come on. Damn it. I was hoping he wouldn't do that. He's literally got one hit left on him too. Like that's all I need. But I can't. I don't think I can even do it in this form. Oh, I got it. Nice. Okay. Gamer, you forgot something. I got you. Make you do it twice. Well, see, this is the real test to see if I'm actually going to remember where this next player order is. ELT file. Okay. I just want to make sure I didn't save over my clear save. Not that it matters, especially if I finish this anyway. Like, I'll at least have a save file that's up there. I'm just trying not to do that. Yeah. So see, this is one of the things that I want to try to optimize with my route is just um, trying to gain as much experience from my level route as possible without having to backtrack to keep gaining experience. Like before we got to Noctilra, we'd farmed in that one room for like 30 seconds, and we got all the levels we needed for that boss. Something I didn't explain I'm doing with the trip mines is that I'm trying to launch them very close together so that the spikes actually force them to go off and hit their blaster so that they can actually explode. Because that was basically my strat for that last boss too, is to get them close together and start damaging spikes early before he comes down for me to get on him. So yeah, if we can get a record today, that'd be pretty good. I'm trying to get my Twitch affiliate status, so I'm definitely gonna be streaming more. Okay, I'm just gonna check to be absolutely sure I haven't missed an ore. I know this is a time waste. I'm just. Okay, I did have it. Okay. Where do we get that next one then? Is it when we meet him? I'm very confused. Or maybe that's just the story mode one, just to introduce me to it. I was trying to read their love story. Wait, whose love story? I don't think Hugo actually has a love interest in this. I know that Toll does, which is the unlockable character you get by beating Hugo in Yuga's story. Because Toll has a thing for one of the goddesses that you actually save. Actually, you know what? Why am I wasting time doing that? There's a place I can go to that. I know what I need to do. So right here, we're going up to get the Crimson Lotus Blade, which is the fire skill that is very. It's that skill that I showed before I started the run, when I was fighting the final boss, where Hugo has a bunch of fire balls around him and the lasers come out. Come on. Don't. It's a good thing I went back and checked. I would have struggled with this part. Whoever the girl was I saved, commenting on her, oh, unrequited. Yeah, for as much as I've played this, I'm honestly surprised I've never just like taken the time to actually read the story. The problem is I want to play too much. But now because it's the PC version, it kind of forces me to watch it a little bit. But my plan with this, if I were to actually try to, take E's Origin like super serious and try to get really good times, I would actually want to do like an all bosses run where not necessarily, um, like yeah, you're not going to do any skips, but trying to do whatever I can to get to them as fast as possible, and then trying to find strats to kill them as quickly as possible. Because you do that at like a major marathon, you're doing it on a high, it's like a super high difficulty. That's uh, that's a big thing, especially with these games, because ease is very, or pretty much any one of Falcom's games that you play on their highest difficulty is gonna generally have some sort of ridiculousness to it. I think this is a scripted death, isn't it? Yeah, it's a scripted death. Okay. Okay, so we'll definitely. So I keep looking at that split, which is the hour it took for me to figure out where um, the Clarion ore was. So we're definitely guaranteed to have a lower time than I did last run, especially with this next split. So expect at least like a 30-minute gold split. Peace. One of these days I'll get a capture card for my Switch and start speedrunning on that. I guess the only upside for me to do on PC is that I have a better controller to run this on, because the Joy Cons kind of suck, and I don't know what happened to my Switch controllers because I ended up having to move a few months ago. So now it's like I don't know where half my shit is. But I actually got a new controller for like 20 or 30 bucks. It's actually pretty cheap, but it's been working pretty good. One thing I have to make sure though is not to use like the turbo feature, because I'm pretty sure that's not allowed. I'll have to remember how to actually get through this part now. Dang, she's mad. So what do we think our time's going to be today? We think we can hit 3:30? I think we can hit 3:30, especially if we're saving at least 40 minutes. One other thing I didn't mention, which I haven't actually bothered to deal with, at the bottom of the character window where it shows kind of all the stats and everything, there's SP, which stands for whatever. Um, that's actually used to give you divine blessings, but I'm going to be very. I have to figure out what I want to do for that on my route, especially if I'm considering how many enemies I'm actually going to face for my level route. Ow. Why am I still stuck? I gotta stop doing that. Because there's a grinding spot that I can go to where actually maybe get to shortly. Um, where I'm basically just gonna go and hit level 25. Uh, okay. Um, so I'm just trying to remember all the. I'm trying to remember all the Claire or locations. Okay, so we have to go to get in the Devil's Passage. That's level 4. And then I have to be level 5 before I do the Collins Claire fight. Because without that, um, yeah, that fight is just straight up impossible. All right. If I had to pick a boss that I consider like my favorite boss, like the boss that I would want to run and like just like get down like just like that, it would have to be the Zava fight. Especially when using Unica, just because of the way they build that moment up, and then also the moment that gets built up after you defeat her. I can, but I need to do this. I am in the wrong area. Cool. Oh, that's where the. Oh my god. I guess I'll just hit stuff. Never mind. What am I doing? Oh my god, I'm slow on that. Jesus. 3:30, like 3 hours and 30 minutes. Yeah, 3 hour and 30 minute run. Win. So you can see we're almost at the hour mark, and we're essentially. Oh my god, what did I miss that one? We're essentially like halfway done. What am I missing? Oh, the platform that's up there. Yeah. I was intentionally waiting to jump there to do this. There we go. Yeah, with their skill meter, you can actually see how much you need before you can use the skill. So that's why I was just standing still for a moment. Oh my god. I actually forget what's down here. Why don't we go check that? Ooh, you know what? Yeah, it's fine. Don't fall. Oh, I thought he was gonna knock me down. Okay, this part I suck at. Because I always get hit by these. Well, Wim, if you think 3.5 hours is crazy, you should see the runs I was doing with Final Fantasy VI. It took me to do. It took me 2 whole days to do the whole 100% run. Uh, and I think my best time in any percent glitches. Do I need this? I will take that. Yes. My best time in any percent glitches in Final Fantasy VI is 6 hours and 50 minutes. And I didn't even use like the proper strats for the final boss because I didn't know what they were at the time. But even if I were to run it now, I don't really think anything I have could uh, really take down my time. It wouldn't make that big of a difference. I think I almost got a 610 at one point, but I just kind of gave up on it because I was doing other stuff at the time. So for this part, we have to get an item that, or no, no, that's someone else's order. We have to break a pipe that makes it so we can stop whatever that curse is out there that's damaging us. I am already forgetting what we'll go back here. I didn't play for the whole 2 days. It was 2 8-hour sessions. I'm not paying attention where I'm going. It was 2 16-hour sessions. Or sorry, no, a 16-hour session that was broken into 2 8-hour sessions. Over there. Yeah, I guess I'll take that. I might have forgotten where I have to go. No, you know what? I need to go to the first place. I was supposed to go get that rotor fruit and I didn't. That's a time loss, but that's okay. No, you know what? I need the Master Rise. Yeah, so this is the other thing that the mass is good for, is finding hidden bridges and stuff like that. Now I'm actually going to take it off. But yeah, but when I did my 7-hour speedrun, that was like that was actual all in one sitting. Because I was still trying to go for my I was still trying to go for my affiliate run at the time, or my Twitch affiliate, and I didn't. The hammer. Okay, so I did need to go there. Okay. All right. I really got to write down a proper route for this. Oh, what am I doing? That is not what I want. So the hammer's going to break one of the pipes after this cutscene, and then it'll stop that, and I can get through it. We're going to go grab the next Clarion ore, and then get ourselves level 25, do the maze, and then fight the final boss of this area. I should have said no. I forgot she was the dialogue voice. I didn't heal, apparently. Oops. I'm surprised I didn't take damage from that. I'm just spamming jump. Not that it does anything, it's just, I think I'm supposed to hit this one. That's the fourth one down. I actually don't have to fight anything here except except the elite enemies here. But because I went out of my way to pick up the ruby, I can now shoot lasers. Fire lasers, actually. I didn't wait for it to charge enough. It's a good thing I played Halo for the time that I did, because it's helping me a lot to use the claw technique on the controller. Alright. Yeah, so we're not going in that door yet, because that's where, even though that's where we need to go, because the next Clarion ore is up there. But what I'm also going to do as well, just to make my leveling a little bit easier, is to go get it done and then come back to that corridor. I went to the wrong place. Yeah, fire lasers are pretty cool. It's actually funny when you use it with the boost mode, because you get 4 fireballs and then even more lasers, so you just like, you're literally doing spin to win strats. So that makes me wonder then, did I did I have to do the flooded prison boss, or could I have done it with the extra ore? I think that was a storyline ore that I could get to do level 3. I think maybe that's why I couldn't beat that boss on Nightmare. I'll have to try that out after. I don't know why I'm going here. There, I did the fire laser just for you, Lynn. I just don't remember what's up here. Do I... Usually if there's a chest like this... Okay, so I don't need to go for that. Okay. I got you. Since we're on pace, I might as well just check these anyways. Okay, so I don't need anything in this room now. Whee! So the reason I'm having him go up along the walls here is because there are certain parts that push him ahead, like extra frames basically. Makes him go just like a very slight bit faster, just for like a split second. So here we're going to actually do our level grind now. I could do this technically once I start just the treasure chest, but I'd rather just get it over with now. Because what I want to do is to unlock the boss area's statue. So that way once I'm done I can just instantly teleport back to it. He's stopping mid attack. Yeah, this is why boost mode is cool. Laser! Level 21. Did they just stomp on each other? Is that what I just saw? Or did they all just get on the rings at the right time? 23. The reason I'm also going to level 23 too is just to make it so, because there's an elite enemy right at the end to unlock the statue. So just getting level 25 just makes me so I can kill it faster. I just keep checking because like I say the level I'm at and then I keep forgetting it. There we go. I should be technically picking up a lot of those items that they're dropping, but the reason I'm not is because I'm not really focused on the SP that I need right now. The SP drops are actually pretty insignificant until way later in the run. So that's why I'm choosing not to do it now. I'm just killing stuff just to kill it for the experience. But until I get to basically the demonic core or whatever the last area is before the final boss, I don't need to be killing stuff as much for anything other than experience. In fact, what I'll do just to gain a little extra experience, I'll come back and do this part. Right. Give myself a little boost up to the next level. So now I just want to go get stuff as fast as possible. I actually didn't go and get that thing I was supposed to teleport to, so I'm just going to go with it. So there's 4 torches I gotta light. I gotta do the one over here, and then there's one up ahead, I believe. So Wolf, I'm aiming for at least a 3.5 hour run. I'm not sure what the world record goes for actual proper any percent runs. Those runs do use glitches to get around, because I know some of them will like skip bosses. Okay, I did not need that, so that's good. I'm aiming for 3.5 hours. So the orbs that are around me are they're called the Eyes of Fact, and they're called that for a specific reason, but that's for lore purposes. But that's basically they're like my little they're my extra source of attack whenever I use my normal attack. So they shoot lasers at the same time that I shoot lasers with my staff. Or sorry, they shoot like little beams of light. And then the reason why, so right now there are two, just because that's what Hugo normally has. Later I'm going to get an enhancement to the Eyes effect, but when I'm in boost mode, that's when it causes me to have 4 of them. So like when I do this right now, right? So now it causes me to, it basically it increases how many Eyes effect I have. So it's based on whether or not I'm using boost mode. Just to reiterate something I said earlier, the reason why I'm using boost mode now and not saving it till the boss is because I can't save it till the boss. They automatically drains your boost the second I get in there and start the fight. I don't know about a sub 3, but we'll get there. Wow, this stuff's taking forever. I was not expecting the split to take that long, but that's okay. Alright, so we're doing Goaldi now. He has 3 parts of his form that you have to hit. The 2 gears for on his wrists on the side, and then his face when he comes down. The reason why I wanted all these upgrades is to try to get those down in 1 round without doing extra attacks. One thing I'm going to mention really quick, there's a certain attack that he does where the audio, it's very screechy if that's any sort of definition. I'm going to give a warning when I see that attack, so you may want to take off your headset if you're having it, just because it can hurt your ears. I'm not sure why the sound effect does that. This is the attack right here, so warning to put your volume down. Okay, so both the arms are down. He's gonna spawn one of these things. I don't remember what the point of this was for. I think maybe it's just to get some extra, maybe some boost or something. So it does this attack, reduces each of the jump over. The reason why I'm trying to bait out the one arm is so I can force that arm to be the one that comes out first. Because I don't want it just to split between the two. It's just going to take some extra time. It's a great way to hear how good your hearing is. I don't know why. My ears are very sensitive to things like dog whistles. So when that attack comes, it especially hurts my ears really loud. And I learned that the hard way because I used to have a pretty loud TV. And so I'd always have to like have the remote beside me to mute it because it would just be too loud and hurt my ears to kind of do. Sometimes I would just do this fight without even having the music on, just so I don't have to. I can focus on the fight instead of just instead of having to keep constantly muting it. Yeah. I'm not going to be able to beat him this cycle. I don't think. I don't even think my boost will last long enough. Come on. Yeah, I won't get him this cycle. That's okay. Next cycle for sure. Ugh. So ironically enough, the first time I ever actually beat this game wasn't even on this difficulty. I'll actually explain why that is in the first place, but the first time I beat this game, I actually beat it on hard, which is the second highest difficulty in the game. But the reason I didn't do Nightmare my first try is because on the Switch version, which is the first version I did get, there we go. Hey, 26-minute time save. um, but on the Switch version, you don't get very easy and Nightmare right away, which is weird because you'd think you would at least get the easiest difficulty when you start, like right out the gate. Um, but yeah, I just did it on hard because hard is the highest difficulty available at that point. So, anyways, we just beat that boss, and we did not take an hour to figure out where Clario is. And now, after this cutscene, is my favorite part of the game. Sad thing is I couldn't hear it. Way to go, hearing loss. I I think it's more like if you're blasting it loud and you're wearing headphones. But I still figured I'd have to give the warning anyways. So we're on a run now. It's not going to be the fastest, but at least we know why we ended up the way we did. Alright, so here's my favorite song to do. So let's go. Okay, so I'm coming over here because this is an actual item we need to progress the story called the Evil Ring. I cannot equip this right now because if I do, it will kill me instantly, which is not good. Take this off. Basically, what we have to do is we have to do a certain story point to make it so it charges up the ring. But we're getting that now because it's the first room we go to, so we just get it out of the way. But you know what? This is something I noticed in my other ones. I can do this. Why is my eyes affected? Thank you, Wolf. I should have been on this. Oops. I hate these things. Oh, I didn't kill it. Whoops. Go down, you son of a bitch. These things that are barraging me right now, I'm not focused on them because I can't kill them just yet, like and keep them down. I'm just focusing on the elite enemies on the ground here because that's they're required for the story progression. Unless I'm going to... Oh. There we go. I have the opposite kind of hearing loss. What do you mean low tones? Like if someone's like speaking with like a really bassy voice, or... Oh, I can go down by now, that's right. Yeah, I have to actually be careful here. That's... I gotta stop being so crazy on the aggro. Oh, I'm at 1 health. Shit. Uh-oh. I wish they would drop a health item so I think I could survive or something. There we go. This is like one of those parts that I need to lock in just for a quick second. Okay, I'm not gonna say I don't usually struggle with that part because I don't. This is only the second time I've streamed this game, but damn, I've never actually almost died at that part. But we came here to get this bracelet, which now lets us double jump, which gives us a lot more movement options, and also like it gives us access to more areas and just overall opens up the tower more. Yeah, I definitely want to try to find as many ruby power-ups. I don't remember if I actually fully leveled it up the last time I ran this. In fact, I'm just going to do this. It's probably slower, but I'll have to see. Okay, so I don't have a road of fruit, so I'm not going to go do that. I think it only just gives me an armor piece. In fact, that reminds me, I'll do this. So we are level 26. One health at a dream. Well, we made the dream come true. Well, if we managed to get it without dying. Oh, okay. I could have done that. That works. Oh. Yeah, so in normal any percent runs, the final boss of this area, um, it calls for people actually skip for very valid reasons. I'm not going to because I'm masochistic apparently, according to people. But they skip it because it's just very there's just a lot of mechanics to it that make it feels artificially harder than it should be. Um, and then they also make it so that you have to be like an extremely high level. Like the level scaling is not very balanced for that part. So like you go in at like level 29 and you're just like, why can't I kill this? So we will have to do a bit of grinding at the end. But from there, we shouldn't have to do a crazy amount afterwards. But I will need to just fully focus on that fight because that fight is a pain in the ass if I don't like if I don't take care of it properly. We actually got it first time that I got this, so now that actually puts the pressure's on a little bit. I hate this part because the bugs on the ground hurt a lot, but I think they actually get a decent amount of experience, so we're gonna kill them. Yeah, like just those few bugs alone almost gave me like a full level. And did I just take damage from that? Well, I guess the stun time didn't even cost me any time because I had to wait on the cutscene anyway. No, I'm not. Need. Oh my god, stop it, please. Yeah, I don't need this. Okay. It's a time waste. It's okay. Yeah, even though I'm picking those up, it's not on purpose. It's just it's for reference for me later to make sure I don't pick it up. I just don't know what's in them because sometimes it is like a skill upgrade, which I will need. They do help with later boss fights. Oh, no, shut up on this one. Oh. Deadly tumbleweeds, man. Yeah. Uh-oh. I did not mean to do that. You know what? That's fine. For the amount of experience I'm gaining, that works. Stop blowing me up. I'm just gonna wait. Oh, come on. Alright, I'll switch to this to make sure I get across properly. Bruh, don't do it! Oh, come on! High flying. I was doing good up until that point, now I'm just derping. Had a crazy good... Wait, what was that? Oh, look at the... Yeah, I'll look at the DM after stream, Wolf. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take a break from Halo, especially after what's happened last couple days, because it's just... I don't know, something feels off about it. I'd rather just not frustrate myself. I already have enough on my plate to get mad at a fucking game. Like, I'm doing this because it's like, this is easy for me. No, I'm supposed to go left here. So we're heading up to the Rhinos Annex, which is the next area with the next boss. That's a key. I'm not... Okay, I was supposed to go that way. So, I am going to do a little bit of leveling, because I think level 27 is pretty low. It all depends on how the experience gain is this next part. This is actually my second favorite part of the game. I can't even really like rank everything because so many parts of this game are just good, but I can't just like. I have to equally like stuff. We're gonna take a save here. So see, so this is what I'm saying. I don't want to save at like every opportunity, but I safety save just to make sure that if I die to something because of my own stupidity, that I'm not wasting time or just killing a run because I didn't prepare it properly. So now that I had the silver chimes, which is what the goddess gave me earlier, I can actually kill those now. Oh god, come on. Sorry, I know I'm aiming kind of terribly there. I think level 28 is gonna be okay. We'll see in a second here. In fact, I want to see... I think I have enough SP to upgrade my Eyes Effect. And I'm going to also upgrade my armor. Take this as well. That's going to... The status resists are going to be very important for later on because... Oh, I don't want that. Okay, I don't need anything else. Because the status resistor... the status effects from later on really get annoying. Especially when you have enemies piling on top of you. You'll definitely see that later. Yeah, I don't know how you keep at it. Like, the last few days of... At least the last day or two of like Husky raids that I was in, just... I don't know. It felt like it was just giving me bad RNG and putting me into way too high lobbies. Like, that's why I don't want to risk losing my platform in Slayer, because... You know, who's to say I can get up there again? Especially if I solo queue. I don't feel like I have the same game sense as I used to, so I'm just like, alright. No, I ran out of my drink. Alright. Yeah, level 28 is good for this, so. I think I died on this boss too last time I ran the balls. It was just focused too much on being aggressive. But this boss is actually also a throwback. I don't even know if it's a throwback, but you fight this boss again in the Ys game that comes after this, which is Ys 1, which is where you get introduced to the main kind of franchise's main character, Adol. And I just found out recently from Ys 8, 9, and 10, Adol is actually voiced by the same guy who does Kirito in Sword Art Online, the English dub. And, and the only reason I kind of figured that out is because he says the same like line that Kirito says in the show, which is to switch, because you can switch your party members. Why am I not on my flame skill? Okay, I gotta actually pay attention here. But yeah, Bryce actually voices Adol like the last three games that Falcom released, which I found to be cool. All right, so that's Janoker's done. Wow, we are. I don't think I'm going to get a substitute quantifier. That's not happening, especially with some of the mistakes I'm making. But I think I can get it in the next runs if I actually like pay attention. So this is kind of part of the story where Hugo and Epona actually kind of start bonding a bit. So we get some story stuff. Oh no, it's not until I come back down the tower, I think. Or at least this part. So this is the part where the evil ring comes into play, but I can't use it just yet. That's not going to work what you just did, Hugo. Sorry about that. I had to mute my mic for a sec. Dude. Yeah, I got flame shot up by a dragon door. Well, see, that's why you need the evil ring, though. But it's not powered up yet. That's what we have to go do after this, actually. I should have got myself some water, but I don't want to. I'm kind of on a run. Not the best run, but it's a run. God, what level was I when I beat Dallies? I think I was level 51? Oh. I'm going to take a couple seconds to check that. I'm pretty sure. Oh, jeez, we're not doing good. I actually even forget if I've unlocked speedrun mode on this. I know I have the time attack and then the monster arena. And their bonding moment's over. I think one of the biggest issues that the lore fanatics have with this game is that all three stories have like a similar outcome, but just different ways of going about it. Oh, I forgot to. Okay. It's like, oh boy, you weren't kidding. Oh man. So how are we all doing? We're just chilling here, I guess. Now that I've actually got a run that's not gonna push me in like 4 hours. Also, the other reason why I can't just use the crystal up here or within this part of the tower is because the game doesn't let us. So we have to actually be outside before we can use it. And just gonna do this little menu just to save some time. So I don't have to go through the cutscene stuff in case something happens. So I put on the silver chimes because this is the reason why we need those now to defeat these enemies. Because if we don't have it on, um, they basically just reanimate, uh, and then they just are basically unkillable, especially without it. So got that. I am taking a lot of damage and I shouldn't be. Ooh, that's got me a little worried for the boss. Kind of forgetting where they spawn actually. Oh, there's his back area too. That probably helps. Nice. So we gotta put the blue necklace on so that we can equip the evil ring. But I'm not gonna equip it right now because I have to teleport back. Yeah, so the blue necklace is what protects us from the evil ring to be able to actually kill us instantaneously. Um, that's a pretty common item, at least I know from this game and the first game. There's a lot of kind of throwbacks between the from this one to Ease 1. I actually don't know if I'm supposed to talk to her. I think I just go to the door. See, all these little optimizations that could potentially get me a sub 2 cleanse card next run. Oh. Okay. I'm actually forgetting what I had to do. I don't even know if I can get that chest over there. I forgot to get my iPad. Ugh. Yeah. So I guess to kind of explain cons card, since we're waiting to get up there. Um, so the reason why people skip cons cards in the first place is because, first of all, obviously you need kind of a high level to beat them to begin with. Um, so before I even get to the boss room, I'm actually going to go out of my way to get the Clarion Ore, because I have to have my weapon at level 5, and I had to grind to level 32, so that way I'm strong enough to beat him. The mechanic-wise, the problem is he has conveyor belt mechanics, but the conveyor belt pulls you towards the boss, and just it's better if you see you'll see how ridiculous it is. But not only are you being pulled to it, you're being pulled into like sandbar waves. You're having like on higher difficulties, the boss starts healing itself. It's a whole freaking mess. On very easy, I don't think it heals itself, but definitely easy and upwards it does. So you basically just gotta lock in and just control that fight as much as you absolutely can. There's got like spike things that come out just very fast. Got things exploding. Like it's a clusterfuck. Let's save so we don't have to deal with the cutscenes. But yeah, so that key is what's going to unlock this next area for us. I'm going to put on the charm. Since we have the shell graves, I have to go left here. Oh, this is where I'm actually supposed to go left. Yeah, the platforming here can be a little tricky. It looks like I'm okay. I'm protected. I gotta watch this thing. Awesome, got through it first try. This part, yeah, actually sucks to get through. Yep, because of that. Yeah. Okay, so I'm actually going over here because this is where the Clarion is. This ore was the reason why I could not get past this part of the dungeon in the first place. Because I literally searched everywhere and it was like, the second I realized this is where it was, that's when I was like, okay. But I'm pretty sure I actually beat this boss with like a level 4 weapon, which made it like significantly harder to do. So we're going to do that now before I forget, because the second I get up, I want to be locked into that fight. So we're taking a detour now. I think there's also some elite boss enemies at the end, so it'll help to have the extra level up on my weapon. That is not the one. Whoops. Clearly, I just wanted more screen time for teleporting. Come on. Alright, so we gotta redo the platforming again here, but this time we're actually gonna go. Do I want. I think I'm just gonna go down the T slide, as I call it. Come on. Come on. There we go. Because if I go to the right side of the T slide, that's just an extra upgrade to my force shield, which I don't really think I need. It's not all, doesn't really matter that much because I don't depend it. I'm not too dependent on it in combat. There we go. Can I get it? Nope. Okay. I'm actually gonna skip the getting the claw. Oh my god, come on. Hugo's physics are so weird with the ice. Come on. Get up there. Okay, so I think the fort. Why is it going backwards? What the hell is happening? Okay, you know what? I'll just use the enemy to damage this thing. Oh, it's forcing me to go down. That's why. Okay, alright, screw it. We'll practice that next time. We'll just get this to make my life easier. I'm guessing that's a technique in Toll's speedrun. Alright, let's just make it easier on myself. Just to save time. Yeah. This is literally the only room I actually need this in, too. Need 2 more levels. Okay, can you stop injuring me, please? Need 2 more levels and then we'll start this fight. So we're definitely not getting a sub 2 cons card, especially with all the mistakes, but it's definitely possible now. Absolutely possible. Just to give myself a good idea. Okay, I lied. This is the second room I needed in. But after that, it's useless for the rest of the game. Ouch. Okay, level 31. The one thing I'll never get used to with this version of the game is why the start button is the one that is the opposite. Okay, so I press my left shoulder button to scroll through the thing to each of my skills, but then the start button is the one that goes the other direction. But yet it doesn't let me change that to be proper like the Switch version is. Okay. Alright, so this is the part where I'm just... Yeah, so this is going to be the hardest... But I'm missing the key. Where am I missing the key from? Okay then. I've never forgotten that key before. Oh, I realize. I know where it sits. I have the thing on. Stop slipping. Oh, wait, never mind. No, I don't. Now I do. Equipping the gold bracelet does nothing. It's actually a passive move. I forgot it over there. That was like the lamest drop I could have done. Alright, Wolf, good luck, buddy. Get your diamond. Hopefully it won't take you too many games. I'm not using the silver chimes. There's the key. There's the medallion. I'm pretty sure even if I equip the, the Earth Dragon Paws, I'm not going to be able... It's not going to save me from slipping, so... Or getting pulled in. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, Wolf, and yeah, good luck on your games, man. Alright, I'm muting my mic just until I finish this fight. Okay. Unfortunate death at the beginning there, but that's okay. The important part was we got through. Oh. Okay, so that actually taught me a lot more about that fight and how to kind of control it better. So like the one thing I learned is that keeping those fireballs around me is definitely beneficial because it just keeps a lot of stuff off me. And that's like that makes a big difference in whether I lose that fight. Okay, so now the game's gonna really start ramping up here. So we're actually gonna go out of our way to find equipment because everything from this point onwards is going to start hurting a lot. Even on this difficulty, I have to watch a lot of what I do, like that. See, so this is also the point where like the SV gains are just a little bit better, but I'm still not focused on just color. If I'm running around in circles like this, that's fine, but not until I get to the very final part before the final boss will I bother to actually pick up SP again. But because the one thing I do want to get is to reduce my skill and my mana usage. I don't really have a level route from this point onwards. I just keep fighting stuff as I need to. It's at least not. Oh yeah, well that's the nice thing about retrying in this game is that it doesn't severely punish you for losing a boss fight. It's just, but if you do get stuck there, um, then yeah, no, you pretty much have to figure out why you're stuck there and do it. And then sometimes even when you have like everything that you need, it just then it becomes a point where it's a skill issue. You have to figure out what you're doing wrong with the boss. But like I said, I had to learn that fight in my first playthrough, doing this on hard. So like even like the amount of deaths I'm getting now, little as they may be, I had a ton more trying to just beat this in my first playthrough. Just because it was all so new, but also just like the game doesn't like it sort of tells you, you know, if you're reading enough that yeah, the clear ore is important, but it's you it's I don't know. To me, it just doesn't. It's not clear enough. It was to the point where I actually went to the speedrunning Discord and I was figuring. I was like, why the hell can't I beat this boss? And it's like, oh, did you get like what level's your Clary at? And, like, how much health do you have? Like, they were actually surprised how many of the health item increases I took during my first playthrough. Because they were like, how much health do you even have? I was like 352. And they're like, yeah, you do not do that much. I don't think it was that high, but still, it was a stupid amount. I actually don't remember what's over here. Oh, these fuckers, right? I don't remember if they need the silver charms, so I'm gonna put those on just in case. Oh god, these hurt. Okay. Wow, that was actually a pretty clutch jump that I just did there, I think. Oh god. I'm gonna die. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this is why we're gonna need extra armor very soon. Oh I'm dead. No, I'm not dead. I just gotta stop exploding in the air. That's why there's so many. I had to balance between being offensive and being defensive. It's slow, but it's working. gotta get it. Oh, that actually helps. There we go. Okay. Yeah, like I said, this is the part where things get a lot harder. So by the end of this run, I want to have at least all my weapon upgrades, and I want to be at least level 51. Just because I can technically do the fight at level 50, I just don't know if it's faster to do that, um, theory crafting wise. Uh, I just do level 51 just because it's a little bit of extra damage and lets me kind of get through phases faster in case I have something bad, like something go wrong. Yeah, I think 330 is definitely feasible if we don't run into too many issues. Really unfortunate I didn't get that first cons card fight first try though, but now I know what to do for it. So next run, hopefully we should be able to just get it first try, just like the last time. But we'll see. Yeah. Ow. Okay, so now this is the part where I kind of just go off script a little bit, just because I need to figure out where I need to do everything. Oh, I am not ready for this part, am I? I want to lure these things into the lava. One of the chatters from last time actually recommend. Oh no, that sucks. That sucks. Oh god. Oh, I didn't save either. Oh no. Well, that's a time loss. Oh my god. And this. Okay. Alright, I guess this is the part where I'm just gonna have to start locking in now. That was very unfortunate. Ugh. I just don't want to take too many safety saves, but to be honest, I've actually always struggled with this, at least this part of the tower. So I actually should be safety saving a lot more often, just to make sure. This is the only part that I actually struggle with. Uh, so yeah, maybe sub 330 is probably not possible now, but we can get pretty close. As long as I get a time on the board, that's the main thing. Because then I have a goal to kind of work towards. Oh my god, come on. Maybe if I can get them to cluster up, that'll be work better. Ah, we'll get some going out. I just... Damn it. We're gonna be here in minutes. Am I missing anything? No. We'll be out of this eventually. I guess we gotta start grinding. But I don't think I died on that part though when I last did this, so that's a problem. You know what? Since we are kind of down on time, let me see if I can go pick up the rotor fruit, because I think that rotor right there is going to give us the armor we need. And yeah, Wim, if you haven't figured it out, this is all purely off by just memory and stuff, so... Okay. The lack of instructions tipped me off, yeah. Also, because this game is kind of short, so I didn't really need to make notes, but yeah, you can clearly tell the difference between someone who has notes and someone who hasn't. Also, by the way, the reason why the text that the Rue says um, is in weird letters is because it's an actual different language that's in the game. The only thing is that I believe it's Toll's demonic form and maybe Hugo's. There we go. That should help us out a bit. You have to be in a demonic form for it to actually translate it to English. It's just more just flavor text for the lore fanatics. I don't know what it says, but I haven't done it because I just don't. But it's a neat little thing to just kind of get you to explore the game more. Okay. If I end up getting hurt too much, I am just simply going to... Yeah, like even with all this, I think I have to upgrade it too. Oh, oh, no, don't do it. Come on. Okay, yeah, that armor definitely helps, so... Uh, yeah, I figured I just... I don't know. Giving a little extra info while we're trying to head bonk our way into this. There we go. Alright. Okay. We're moving along. Okay, so I definitely got to work on this split, absolutely. Ouch. I think besides Colin's part, this is probably my least favorite part of the tower, just because, I don't know, maybe it's just the fact that I'm just having a hard time getting through it, but this is not my favorite part of the game. Everything else after this, so it's good. Pretty soon we get to fight the giant mantis. Oh no, I'm poisoned. Oh no, the stupid charm on. It's a very loud notification that I just got. I don't know if I'm strong enough to fight these guys. Yeah, maybe. Nope, I definitely need a bomb rope for this. Ow. I wish these would drop healing items so that I can make sure I don't die to this. Really? None of those pick me up? God damn it. I'm not looking forward to this when I finish my full run on Nightmare. At least we're 75% done with the game, though. See, I'm not sure why they designed it like this, but then made it so that those are the enemies that are... that like, the enemies can fall down there. Level 35. I don't even remember what level I need to be to do the Madness boss, but I won't be at least for a little bit. Oops. Yeah, I'm gonna go back and make sure I save because I don't remember if I did. There we go. I've got a pretty decent strat for Pictomos once we get there. There's going to actually be two parts to that fight. There's the main boss, and then I really don't know why they added the boss fight after it. It's not even much of a boss fight. It's just spam to win. Okay. So there, turn to stone. I'm already forgetting what I need to do. Oh, I'm dumb. I know where I need to go. Remember when I said we weren't going to use that item? Well, we used it, and we didn't even need to. Me blanking on everything. It's having to do something in my range of that. I can't go there yet because I need a key. Oh, right, I have to deal with these guys. Yeah, so somebody came into my chat last time I streamed this and actually told me the kind of a better strat to do on this. So you basically want these guys to get into the lava because it actually just melts their health almost instantly. And this is where our clear is, I believe. The funny part was we did that without the level 6 upgrade, so... I think I have to go back to Ratozenix, though. Or, no, I had to go up and do a cutscene. Alright. So we have one more weapon upgrade to do, and before that's fully done. Since I'm here... I'll do the MP1 when I get to the demonic core. Alright, we're figuring this out. I don't have the key for that. Where am I going? I did not mean to fall down there, but okay. I'm forgetting where to go. I'm blanking now. This is all just a time save for next round. Wait, what? I don't have the key for this part. Yeah. Yeah. See, this would be the time where notes would have been helpful. So I'm completely just blanking right now. Uh, hmm. Because I know what the room looks like that I have to go to. I just keep forgetting where. Is up here? Oh, that's the way I came down. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Hold on a minute. Uh, Give me 1 minute. I'm completely blanking. This is literally the only part of the tower that I get confused in. Yo, wait, what did I just miss? Yo, it was Interdrop. Thank you for the follow. There might be a followers only mode on, so just give it a sec before it lets you type. Oh, I am not looking. Come on. I think this last time I keep it. I don't need to. So instead of the time save being from me not knowing what to do, now the time save is going to be me knowing where to go next time. I'm sure there's a part of this tower where it looks just like that, but it's a dead end. Yeah, definitely not getting that 330. So that's the way I go to go forward. What's down here then? Oh, so that's the part where you fall down in. Okay. Jado, where are you to save me? No, I don't need to go here. The next objective is in here. Like, I have to be in this part of the tower. What am I missing? I swear, okay, yeah, it's actually bugging me now because I'm gonna find it, like, right when I... It's gonna be in a place I just missed in a very obvious spot. I can just tell. I can't go here. Wait, do I have to... Wait a minute. Is this it? Is this really it? I forgot you can go left here. I fucking called it. I called it. Oh my god. Fuck. I knew that was gonna happen because I know I did that like one time that I did the run of this off stream. Ugh. And my controller was disconnected too. So I'm gonna start walking funky here real quick. There we go. Oh my god, that's so annoying. Whatever, we got it. That was my bad. I think the next time I do this, I will definitely do notes so we don't let that happen again. Alright. There's nothing else I need, at least at the moment. Okay, this is the cutscene I needed. I kind of just noticed that, like, the shadow between Hugo and his eyes of fact, if you look at just the shadow himself, they kind of look like they make a face. Alright, well, at least that'll be time saved, assuming I make the notes and actually remember. Okay. Yeah, I'm 7 minutes behind. If this were like a proper split. Do you see what I mean? What it looks like it makes a face? Like, how am I just noticing that now? I'm jumping intentionally to show it off. Okay. So now that we have the Dreaming Idol, we can go take care of the guys that was turned into stone. And we can finally move on from this shit. And I missed my jump. Nice. Alright. Right? I swear, I've run Hugo's story at least 6 times, or 5 times, and I never noticed that till now. It's just like, oh, you figured out where to go. Yeah, what clicked in for me is the fact that I remembered the last time that I struggled. Well, sorry, not struggling. Struggling's the wrong word. The last time I got confused where to go, I had that like moment of realization, like, oh, maybe I just go back to Blinded Blood 2 and take the left. And I was like, okay then. Jumps in front of me. It's like, nope, you shall not pass. And I'm like, okay. Come on. Let's go. See, normally whenever I would do this, I would always, so there's a part where I went up instead of right. I always used to take the right side first because that's the way to the boss room. Oh my god, I'm getting so much experience. I'm so underleveled. I'm really underleveled. You know what? I normally wouldn't take this detour, but considering how much experience I'm gaining so quickly, it's just power level here. Maybe it'll speed up the boss a bit. Okay, there it is. So I got the 30k I need. I'm only going to get the mana upgrade just once, just because I don't particularly need anything else after that. So any collection I do is just specifically for health if I get low. God, we gained like 3 levels in like a couple minutes. Yeah, I'm intentionally taking my time with the leveling now, just to make sure, because if I'm running into mistakes like that, I have to be ready. Alright, and that is the last ruby upgrade that I need. Yeah, I'm just gonna take the time to do it, just because might as well while I'm on my way. Usually I try to determine when I want to level up based on how fast I'm getting level, unless I'm really struggling with the boss, which doesn't matter this much, too much on this difficulty. I try to just make it so if it is taking longer than at least a minute to gain a level up, then I just don't gain a level up. However, since I am doing safe strats, I may want to just hit level 40 and see where I go from there. Oh, oh man. 4 more bosses and then we're done with this. So it'll definitely be a new record and I'm going to be submitting it for sure. Um, but yeah, I'd like to definitely get at least a sub 30. I don't think they're going to make an all bosses category for this, just because it's a pain in the ass to set up for every difficulty in every console that it's on. Yeah, so this is that part where the leveling really slows down. Like, it's enough to make it worth it for this one, but the next area is going to be much more beneficial once I get there. I have never seen it do... Okay. I've never seen the one eye be on the platform above me. So seeing that split out doing the fireball like that is really awkward looking. Alright. Oh, level 41. Okay. Yeah, we're definitely taking this boss down now. Can I hit the thing, please? Thank you. Okay, I gotta check something real quick. So at this point, he gives us like a demonic power to use, but this is the only time in the game we ever get to use it, which doesn't make sense. Um, Even beyond just getting the normal fight done, we're also saving time because uh, the last time I did this, I intentionally died to get an achievement. Uh, yeah, so, so now it's just purely we're going for a proper time to defeat the boss. Alright, I'm not going to go back and do the save to get through that. We should be high enough level. I'm just going to YOLO my way through it. Also, this boss is going to have like a different kind of field of view for the combat, so... But basically, he has a bunch of different attacks, but what I want to use is the trip mines because that does the most damage. The one thing I have to look out for is the minions that he spawns, because that will heal him once I deplete his health bar entirely. Yeah, these attacks hurt. So he respawns them. The more I kill, the less health he's going to heal by the time I finish this up. I gotta be careful though. Yeah, so he's going to start healing. Actually, don't. No, that definitely did not hit him. There we go. Now, I don't count the second part of this as beating the actual boss, because he's going to revive here and then we're going to turn into a demonic form where we just keep taking him down. I always just consider the first part to be the actual boss you're supposed to kill. This is just story purposes, I guess. Oh. Now he has 6 eyes effect. So now we're just going to go insane on the button mashing. And that's the only time we ever get to do that. Prague. Aggressive laughter, yeah. Red text is a meme in this game. Yeah, so it's just basically a pep talk to get him out of his misery, I guess, being demonic. And it's gone. You know, I kind of wish this game was released earlier than Ocarina of Time, just so I can say this is a Pona game from this game first. And this is where there's a Pona. Yeah, so this is kind of one of the parts that like a lot of people who are into lore don't really understand because she turns the store to stone only in his story, but like she is completely has completely different, I guess, events that happen based on the character. Previous segment 1720. That is garbage. All because I forgot where to go. Alright, so let's do. I'll even do this too. So I kind of figured I was finally able to find out what that skill recovery does, and it basically reduces the amount of time it takes for you to recover into a jump after you've used a skill, and that can actually be very helpful if you're having to dodge a lot of things. So at this point in the game, if you really need some SP to grind for stuff, this is where you want to do it. So I'm gonna make sure that's on. So level 42 at the moment. Now, so this is where the status effects come into play and why I wanted to kind of reduce them down a bit. But this lasts forever. It sucks. You can't use the mask of eyes here, can I? No. So you can play as Toll. He's the unlockable character in this game after you beat Unica and Hugo's story. Toll is a much more fast-paced character because he uses claws as weapons and he attacks really fast. His demonic form basically lets him. I'm already forgetting. His demonic form makes him so he can shoot a giant. He has his own kind of laser when he does the boost beam thing. Um, one of the main reasons why people like running him a lot in the speedrun community is because He gets an ability called Godspeed, which basically lets him do a very quick just forward dash. But when you combine it with one of his regular attacks, what he does like a sliding dash forward, if you combine those two together, you can actually launch yourself really far. If you've ever seen G-sliding in like shooter games, it's basically the equivalent of that, where you're using mechanics as a means to kind of force yourself more forward than you normally could. Sure. So I'm taking my time just to gain a bit of an extra level here, just because I don't remember what level I need to be for Fish Call. I just hope we don't crash by the time we beat him, because I had to redo that fight and I never saved after I did, so from this point onwards, I'm just going to keep saving. Excuse me, get out. I don't think that's anything I need. So the problem with confusion, you obviously can't see it because I don't have controller inputs on the screen, and it just looks like I'm walking normally. It reverses your inputs, so like if we're trying to go up, you actually have to hold down. It's like right now I'm going. It's like I'm basically having to inverse my direction of where I'm going until that wears off. But yeah, Toll's one of my favorite characters. The only reason I'm not doing him yet for speedruns is because he actually has two final bosses at the end instead of just the one that you fight in this one with Hugo and Unica. Um, and it's one of those fights where you really just gotta practice it. I found that I was struggling a little bit trying to beat him again when I was trying to finish the story on this version of the game for achievements. Is that the armor? I don't want that. That is the armor. I'm gonna grab it. Just for safety's sake, because I'd rather just make sure I'm all set instead of just kind of... Until I'm at least more confident in making sure I can do the run a lot faster. I just want to make sure we can get through it before we go ham on it. What the hell is block? Okay, so I'm not gaining nearly as much experience as I need to, so... I'm not sure why I'm grabbing the extra XP. I should just be killing stuff. Yeah, I've, well, um, inverse for me isn't really that hard. Just because this and the other game that we play, um, that got me used to those kind of mechanics, so it doesn't really trip me up the way it normally would. Okay. So I don't even remember what the strats are for this. It just blast them, I guess. But yeah, because just to kind of further the point from what you asked earlier, but in Toll's story, She doesn't even turn to stone. It's more just um, Toll's supposed to be kind of on the the bad guy's side, but he eventually figures things out and kind of you know figures out the plans of what Dallies is doing, which yeah, it's not very good. And he's just like, all right, I'm back to being a good guy, but with demonic powers still. But I don't think she has any significant plot points in Toll's story. It's just there to kind of fill her. It makes more sense to have plot development between her and Hugo because that was the way they designed it. I'm surprised he hasn't done his Ice Dragon though, but I guess he doesn't do that in this difficulty. Yeah, definitely not getting a 330 time, but we're getting through this. But I am going to start saving a lot more like I've been the last like 30 minutes or so, just because I don't know what caused my game to crash, and I don't want to have to... Oh, I gotta split that too. Um, I don't want to have to refight it. But we'll definitely be getting a sub 4 time today, absolutely. There was a cutscene there that I just skipped that was like a animated FMV. Got the rod. So the rod is also another item you'll see in Ease 1. Uh, Using the rod is what will get us into the... We didn't go up to the mirror yet at the end of this part of the tower. That's where we have to go. Yeah, but I think what she was also trying to do was, she was trying to make sure she didn't get caught by Dallies, because obviously he's supposed to be like, you know, super big bad. Okay, I'm gonna take the time to do these now. You know what? Just to save myself some trouble, I'll just. I'm more worried about the MP usage when I go to the final boss, so I will save it for that. And then okay, that's gonna take forever to get there, so I'm not gonna... Where it is gonna go for now. I think how I laid all these bombs out, you guys, so didn't stay for the rewards or whatever. Can you leave me alone, sir? Thank you. I was trying to time it to see the... I don't know how long it takes for the status duration goes. At this point, I'm not even going to bother with it, with upgrading it. Just because there's only one more like part of the tower we go to before the final boss. So, and the boss doesn't do any status effects. Okay, give me a sec to pay attention because I always get lost in here. I think I just have to go over here. Okay, yeah, there we go, we got it. Yeah, missed me. I was not expecting that enemy to be there, to be honest. Okay. Okay. So we're not actually teleporting right here just because this big mirror is just the area to the next part. So we're going to get the statue and then teleport. And then this is the last player ore in the game that we need. Make sure armor's all upgraded too. And... Oops, I did not want to do that. I still wish they would make the temper weapon the first choice, but I guess whatever. What level am I? Do I want to go hit level 46? I think I'm gonna, just in case. But killing stuff in here kind of takes a while, so we'll see if it's worth it. Okay, once we hit level 46, we'll be good to go. Um, for Zava, I will pay attention, like like hardcore focus. Um, so she has two faces that are gonna pop out of the ground, and after a certain threshold, she's gonna actually like transform herself into one of them. And I keep having to hit the right one, and it's just there's a lot to do. So let's lock it in and try to get this first try and make up for that Consclard death. Anyway, that was a very good fight. Got that first try. So yeah, so basically I was just trying to. There was a few things I was managing in that fight. So obviously I was trying to make sure she was as knocked down as possible. just to do as much DPS as I can. And then when she was going into the faces, I was trying to just make sure the second that one of them was hit and switched to the other, I was instantly focusing my attacks toward that one. And then once she went up in the air and I couldn't do anything, I just dodged her attacks. Um, but yeah, basically just making sure I'm dodging all of them because they hit a lot, and just keep up the aggro. Okay, so this is the final dungeon, and we're gonna just blast our way through this because there's a lot of this stuff here. I'm gonna try to collect just enough SP until I have 100,000 to get that next mana recovery, and then we're good. It's 47. Alright, so I got all the SP that I need now. Why is there only one orb? That was weird. Level 48 now. Technically, I don't have to fight those guys, but it's much faster just to get them out of the way because of how much it pulls me around. So I'm just trying to deal with all that as much as I can. I gotta make sure I get the medallion before I get to the end. Which I believe is up here or in the next room. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's just all the way up here. Yep, there we go. Actually not gaining a lot of experience. Maybe I'm... What did I make look easy? I just... Trust me, when I lock in for a fight, I make it look a lot easier than it actually is. Because I was taking a lot of damage when I wasn't paying attention, or at least getting hit by stuff. I don't remember if I can make... No, I can't. Okay. I'm being dumb, aren't I? There's a lot of enemies. Jesus Christ. Oh, yeah, Zava? Yeah, no, she's, yeah, she can be a pain in the ass, but, I've done that fight enough where yeah, it's not too hard for me to deal with. Do I use the Mask of Eyes here? What I have to do? No, I'm being dumb. I don't think I went to the right side. My favorite part of my second favorite part of the game, and I can't remember where to go. Oh, yeah, that's why. I knew I went the wrong way. Okay, we're good. Got everything we need to get to the next area. You know what? Fuck it. Let's fight them. I'm not going to grab the chest here because I don't need it. I just want the experience off these guys. I don't know if these guys... Oh, no. This is number... Okay. I'll definitely be leveled up by the time I get over there. Level 49, yeah, we are definitely good to go. I don't need to grind anymore because I don't even think there's any mods after this. Oh god. Why am I only doing 4 damage? Easy. I'll also get the last upgrade that I wanted to. And that's it. That's all I need. So it's just fighting the bosses and that's it. You know what? No, I'm not going to equip that yet. There's an item that we got before Epona turned to stone, which basically when we equip it, it gives us a one-time chance to revive. I didn't equip it last run, but just in case somehow things go wrong, I'm going to equip it once we go to the final boss, which is after this fight. So... Oh, man. So yeah, so this guy here, Toll, is the unlockable character you get after you beat this this campaign and Unica's captain. Oh, you know what? I realized I didn't get the EX burst, but screw it. We're going without it. At this point I don't need it. Yeah, he's very fast, so I do have to kind of be careful here. But once I get to the final boss, that's when I can just go apeshit on him. I do have to watch out for him to use his ultimate burst, because he will... Yeah, this is right here. Right. Just for the demon form. His demon form's actually really good. Like, it's very fast. Oh, that was the other thing I didn't tell about the demon form, too. It makes him attack basically twice as fast on his normal attack. So when you start doing that on bosses, he just shreds health like nothing. And speaking of shredding health, get shit on. Alright, so no sub 330 unless I can just somehow do this. I think if I skip the save, maybe I can do it, but we'll see. But we are definitely ready for Dahlia's, absolutely. So this is it. Final boss. I'm just gonna save just to do that. Level 51, yeah, we're good. Yeah, this song right here is like their composer for this knew exactly what the hell they were doing. This is such a a hype moment for like the first time you actually get to go through this. Alright, so I am just going to mute myself for the rest of this so I can focus. But yeah, this is the final boss, so here we go. Thank you, Wolf. Appreciate it, buddy. We'll get the sub 330 next time, but we're gonna do this right here or right now. Yeah, I don't. You'll have to show me on Discord when. I don't want to fiddle with my mic, so I'm just gonna keep it on. But I'm not. I'm just. I won't be talking until this fight is over. But yeah, because of this cutscene, it won't be 330. But I will. I'm gonna go hard. All right, here we go. Oh, okay. All right. Let's do it. That's not good. That's not good either. Ah, that sucks. That sucks. I'm so dead. I'm dead. Ah, that's unfortunate. That's okay. You know what? I just realized I was supposed to equip the revival item and I didn't do it. There we go. That's a lot faster. This is the one thing I was trying to do, is make sure he's not out of bounds. I think getting the upgrades from the mana actually helped me on this part, so... Yeah, that dragon thing that he just did, I do not want to get hit by that because he'll put the heavy status on me, which will really slow down my movement speed. Definitely having a lot better. I do not want to be put into that because that will drain health. It's just a very long move that damages me. So I'm just trying to avoid all these things to make it so I don't lose time and lose health. Okay, I think we got it this time. Now I can slightly afford to be a bit more aggressive, but it's oh, don't put me in that. All right, we got it. Time. Oh, that was. Oh, there we go. We got it. That's the game, friends. Oh man, here we go. Thank you, Wim. Yeah, that death was unfortunate. I'm not. I have to. I'll have to go back and see what I did wrong on that because I got a really fast kill on the second attempt, especially with that first phase. I think maybe I was hard focusing too much. But yeah, once I just locked in and did my usual strats, I was fine. I had considered going back and doing that revival item, but I didn't want to sit through the cutscene again, so I just decided just to stick to that fight how I always do. I'm surprised he didn't do the beam attack on that second run. Oh man. Uh, well, there we go. An official time to submit to the leaderboards. Jesus Christ. Somebody who didn't even watch the run before, they're gonna wonder why these splits are just so huge from each other. It's like, what did you do? Oh, it's literally just remembering where an item was. Oh, So yeah, so that's something we'll work on stream is getting this time down. Um, oh, there's so much I have to remember. Oh, okay. So just to go over this because I know I'm gonna look at this later. So we get the first Claria from the story of finding Rico, do his side, uh, get it to level 3 before Nick. Um, the level 2 one comes from the first Rhoda. Level 4 comes from Devil's Corridor. The fifth in the Silent Sands, 6 in uh, Blighted Blood, and then the seventh in the Before the Hollow Reflection. I am not going to do another run again, but oh, there we go. I just wanted to get a run on the leaderboards to get started, so oh, there we go. All right, so that's going to do it for the stream. Thank you everyone for coming along here. I don't know if I have anybody to raid out. So let me see if I can find someone. I'm not even looking at the proper thing. Thanks, Brave. Too bad the Wolf's not streaming. I would have done it to him. Um. Oh God, please tell me that didn't go through. Yeah, I don't have anyone else out to, so I will just end it here. I'll be posting this, so yeah, we got an official time on the leaderboard now. At least I think. Uh, the feed is missing out from your internet. Yeah, I think it. I think it's a fun time to call it quits. So I need a drink too. I've been talking too long. So all right, everybody, have a great day, and I don't know when I'll be back next, but I'll be back soon. I promise. Take care.